Hey there, this is Wendy. I'm excited you're here with me today. We are going to be setting up my business budget workbook for the 2020 year. So really quick, I want to show you what I did. This is last year's, so I just pulled everything that was in the binder out and kind of left it in its shape, basically. Just pulled it all out. And then originally I thought, I wonder if I can save these tabs, and I cut them off thinking I would like tape them on to the next year, and then I quit being lazy is what happened there. So before we go any further, if you are interested in purchasing this workbook, there is a link below the video and you can purchase it there. I also have a business budget boot camp coming up, and I've decided to extend the early bird special of $79 to January 5th. And just because of the holidays and stuff, I know it's difficult sometimes. And if you purchase the business budget boot camp, you will get the workbook included with that. This is my old postage envelope from 2019. It's tattered and torn, so I made a new one. It's a little bit bigger. I wanted it a little bigger for holding receipts. And I just used the envelope punch board from Stampin' Up. They unfortunately don't carry this anymore, but there are envelope punch boards out there on the market. And if you already have one, then great, you can put it to use. The envelope I used is 4.5 by 8. I also used the tag punch there that you just saw, or tab, I should say, and the 1/2-inch circle punch. If you need those, they are listed below the video. If you're a demonstrator, you're going to want to purchase that on your own to get your discount. So I went ahead and pre-punched 4 tabs of each color. I used Early Espresso, Cherry Cobbler, and Pool Party to punch all my tabs out, and then I'm just writing the months on my little 1/2-inch white circle with the corresponding Stampin' Write marker so that they all match. So it'll look a little different than last year's, but for the most part it's exactly the same. I just need a label for every month to go in the book so that when I want to turn to that month, I can do so very easily. So this is a process. This takes a little bit of time to sit and write out the months, and then to sit and glue each month into the book, punch the hole punches in the book to put in a binder, which you don't have to do it that way if you don't want to. If you don't, if you have a better way or a different way to set your book up, then you do you. Whatever makes you happy and whatever will work best for you. Everybody's brain works differently when it comes to organization and planning. So all I'm doing is giving you an idea of a place to start, and it's up to you to tweak that idea to make it work best for you. So I know I've been kind of MIA on my Thursday videos, and the deal is this: I have made the decision going into 2020 that I will still occasionally do the Thursday video, but it's not going to be all the time. What I am going to do is start doing a regular Facebook Live in my Facebook group. So I have a totally free Facebook group that anybody can be a part of. There is a link below the video to join it. It is a budgeting, business-focused Facebook group. I also have an email that you can sign up for to get emails from me. You might be asking, why are you changing this? Why are you doing this? Why aren't you just putting it out on YouTube? And the reason is simple. Those who have followed my crafting forever, I feel a little as though they probably are a little uninterested in these types of videos. And I don't really want to gum up my channel with a bunch of different things. I would like my YouTube channel to stick pretty much strictly to stamping and crafting. And like I said, occasionally there'll be a video like this, but for the most part, those will be done in my Facebook group and via email. I still will be sharing freely. I still will be getting information out to you guys and doing my budgeting and stuff like that. It's just that I will not be doing YouTube videos consistently on Thursdays for demonstrators. So then the question becomes, when are you going to do Facebook Lives? Like, when will those be, and that kind of stuff. I anticipate that Facebook Lives will start sometime in the spring because I am in the process of building a new studio and getting out of my house. I have had to quit doing Facebook Lives for my business in general because of problems with the location that I'm in. My office is right off the dining room, right off the living room. So if anybody is home, if somebody comes and knocks on the door, if anything goes on, I get interrupted. And it is incredibly embarrassing and frustrating when you're trying to do a Facebook Live and you have some dummy knocking at the door constantly and your dogs are going crazy barking and all you want to do is get through the Facebook Live. What has happened is it's caused me to be really resentful of my situation, and I don't like that feeling, and it's caused me to be frustrated and not enjoy doing Facebook Lives. So I want to get back to doing those, but it became very clear to me that I needed to be able to have a space to do them in that was not interruptible. My new space will have a light on the door, and if the light is on, that will mean I am in session, recording, Facebook Living, or something, and I am not to be disturbed. And if said persons or dogs disturb me, they will have heck to pay. I'm telling you what. So that is kind of like an update on me as far as why I haven't been here doing my Thursday videos as often. It's also been crazy. Most of you know, and here, by the way, I just want to jump to this. You do need to put adhesive on both sides of these tabs when you adhere them to the month. Otherwise, they don't stick. One side won't stick. So make sure that you get adhesive kind of all over the place to adhere them down. And then I'll kind of show you how I do the consecutive months. And I'm not going to do all of them because it took me a little while to get them all done. But I did a fair portion here. Okay, so yeah, I've been getting questions and comments about like what happened, why aren't you doing your Thursday videos, or people messaging me just saying, you know, I really missed the Thursday videos, they were so informative. They're not going away. It's just I'm taking a little, like, I'm reshuffling some things. I have to get a new space. I have to make some changes for me to be able to continue doing it. And so and then I've had like a crazy fall. I mean, honestly, like, and this is why I've not made the decision to be, I've been asked, why don't you have your own training business? Why don't you do training? Why don't you do like consulting? The reason is because if I charged for those things on a consistent basis, then I would have to be really consistent and do what is expected of me. And right now, running my business and having a family, my stamping business and having a family is about all I can handle. At some point, I may decide to start doing training or consulting of some sort for other demonstrators. But for now, I'm going to do it in the way of sharing information when I want to, and then having little like webinars or courses, like the course I have coming up, the Business Budget Boot Camp. It is a boot camp I've put together answering a lot of questions that I get on a regular basis. It also addresses some things that I don't feel comfortable really talking about here on YouTube and going out to the masses. It's more something that you would only need to know about or be talked to about if you were running a business. So it's just, there's simply no point in discussing it. So here I have gone through and printed 12 of the monthly team budgets. So these are at the back of the workbook, and there's one of them. So all you have to do is scroll to that page and then print multiples rather than me putting it in every single month. So this is the team budget, and that, sorry, I didn't realize that I didn't turn my phone on silent. And the team budget is where I kind of go over what I'm spending on my team. So this is what the book looks like. Yearly goals. These are my event dates that I need to plan for that are coming up. As you can see, it's a very loosey-goosey on the event dates. I've got my business expenses listed here. These are all the things I pay for on a yearly, monthly basis. I haven't filled in my yearly goals yet because I don't really know what they are. I'm going to spend some time thinking about those. And then as you go through, you can just see each tab has a budgeting area, an expense sheet area, which is this one, and then I'm adding the monthly team budget. And then there is an end of the month summary that can be filled out as well. I found myself not using that very much through this last year, simply because I enter everything into a spreadsheet and it felt redundant. And I am a really big proponent of do what works, not a bunch of extra steps. So if it's going to require me to do a whole bunch of extra steps that are really just redundant, and then there's no point. So I try to avoid that. So anyway, this is my budget workbook. It's all ready to go. I hope you enjoy making yours, reprinting it, and getting it ready for the new year. If you have any questions or you want to purchase any of the items that I've mentioned today, there are links below the video to do that. And you will get an email with links to download the items. Thanks so much, and I hope you have an awesome day. Bye.